welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for today's video. Okay, I've had quite a week. I'm here. I was gonna whip and chat and everything, but you know what, I'm gonna clear the air before I do anything else. Now, I am shifting the focus back onto my mental health awareness, my mental health matters event. Now, in my opinion, you can't have too many because it's mental health awareness, and you know, I will be having lives and I will have guests on, and we're going to be talking about their struggles with mental health, and we're going to be talking about heavy topics. Not for everybody. I fully understand that. Not everyone is ready to not only embrace it or talk about their past. It could be triggering. I understand all of that. So please, if it's too much, I fully understand. You take whatever measures you need, okay? Before I get into this, Mr. Travis, a very, very dear and very, very close friend of mine. We all know and love Travis, and if you haven't met him yet through my channel or other channels that he mods, then you're in for a treat. This guy is one of the most heartfelt, genuine people, and I genuinely believe that what you put out into the universe is what you attract, and I have attracted Travis. You understand what I mean, but I was fortunate enough to meet Travis, and a year ago to the day, okay, so a year ago to the day, I was sat chatting with him like we often did, hours and hours on end, voice messaging back and forth and typing back and forth, but you know, because we're going about our different things, and you know, he's got brothers and sisters that he looks after, and sometimes we go to typing if my kids are around or whatever. Although my kids know Travis, he's pretty much part of our family. His dad's passing is a year ago to the day, and I mean, I'm recording this at 11:15 p.m. on the 5th of May, and to the day. Okay, so my heart and my love goes to Travis. I have messaged him. He does still chat with me, and he takes days out and then he comes back. Mental health, it's important to look after yourself and do what is good for you and how you best cope with that. He knows where I am. He does check in. He does appreciate every single one of your messages, and you know, a lot of you, I can't name names because I'll miss someone off, but a lot of you say, hey, when you speak to Travis next, pass on my love to him. I always do. Okay, so he knows he's very missed, and he will be back when he's ready. And I just want that said, okay? Please just give him time. He just needs time, and that's okay. He's allowed to take that time. But talking on mental health, okay? Talking on mental health. I made a decision, and I've been toying with it for a while. I made it. I should be done painting. I made a decision, and it took me a couple of weeks sitting back and thinking about it, because I knew when I made that decision it was going to blow up, and boy, has it blown up. I decided that I wanted to take a step back from a certain Saturday night. I did this because I was moving house, but not only that, obviously the first week or two I didn't have any Wi-Fi, and we were waiting for it to reconnect to the new house. That was all very stressful. It was all very stressful before I moved. And now that I moved and I love my new house and everything is calming down, I made a decision that I wanted to step back from Saturday nights. It's not Saturday evening for me in the UK. It is Sunday morning, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. And I was getting more and more disheartened as the weeks went by, because I would come on, and this is purely my opinion, okay? This is purely from my perspective. I would come on and I would be sat there for hours, not being spoken to, listening to the host rant and rave and speak to people in a way that I didn't agree with. And it's pretty much the final straw for me, and forgive me if you will, but the final straw for me was, she came on, this was the week before last, she came on and she openly admitted that she hadn't fully read the chat in her Phoenix Fantasy chat group in the messenger part. She hadn't fully read it, yet she came on and she was ranting, I think is the correct word.
Too. Now, when again I slept and woke up and we got a hot mess going on in the Phoenix Fantasy chat group. I do not know what happened. Now, I kind of skimmed the group to get the gist of it. And one, y'all know that I don't like being told what to do. Okay. That pisses me the hell off. Two, I don't like when people tell me, well, if you're going to do this, then I'm not going to participate. There's a door. Don't let it hit you in the ass on the way out. Okay. Now, did I make myself clear? Because this is for you. I'm giving away the house. Now, if you don't want to participate in something, you don't have to, but you don't got to be an asshole about it. Now, am I making myself clear? Okay. Now, because I'm a little peed off right this minute. So I'm answering everybody's questions. So you hold your questions, and as soon as I'm done reading this, you got questions, you bring them to me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay?
All that happened was there was some confusion, because for the first time they've brought in trivia questions and playing games and things to offer more prizes to more people. Fabulous. That's fabulous. But people had questions, and there was a couple of people, and I know who they are, but I don't want to name names. They were asking if you have to take part in the trivia to be accepted into the Phoenix Fantasy event. There was just some confusion because it came out of nowhere, right? So there was questions, and she decided to lay into these people and said, if you don't like it, leave. Well, one of her friends, her very dear friends, left because they didn't appreciate being spoken to like that. They knew it was aimed at them, and they left. And then later on in the live, it's like, oh, I need to go back and correct this situation. Well, how about you could have just clarified the rules and stipulated that you don't have to take part in the trivia, it's a little extra thing, instead of ripping into them on your live, making them feel utter crap about it after this person's had your back for years, like to the detriment of friendships. She's ripped into people that has possibly said anything negative. Now, I thought, I'm done. I cannot do this anymore. So while she was still live, I followed, okay? Not because this person left. I decided I don't want this in my life anymore. I have spent a lot of time talking to this person privately and listening to all of her worries in life. And don't get me wrong, this person has had a very, very tragic life. And my heart broke. She's gone through a lot. But so have I. And I don't go around talking to people that way. It's always, this is the way it's going to be. If you don't like it, leave. And then when we do leave, we're called out for certain things. Now, I made the decision to leave the mod group while she was still live. I didn't want it anymore. And there was a breaking point for me, which I will get into. I left the mod group. Now understand this. I left the mod group. I did not want to be a moderator on this channel anymore. That is all. I left the mod group. When she had finished her live, she came to me and she said, "Hey love, come on, like what's going on? What's the matter?" And I told her, I was not rude, I did not shout, I was not angry. I just said to her that basically, let's go see what I said, okay? Just so that I can give you the facts as they are. I'm not going to fabricate anything. I'm not going to enhance anything. I said, and I quote, "I have decided to remove myself because I'm no longer required to be a moderator. I helped out last week and posted Erica's retreat links." I love Erica, by the way. But Anita does an amazing job. And Anita is on it. Not only as her PA, but as a moderator. She is awesome. And so is Travis when he returns. Now, her and Travis have Saturday Night Live down to a T. You don't need me for links or anything else. Now, the way I view my moderators, it's not that I want them to post all of my links or overload chat with links or anything like that. It's a cap of trust, and should anything kick off or anything inappropriate pops up in chat, my moderators are on it to remove it or bring it to my attention. That's why I have moderators. We all need them. Shout out to my mods, by the way. You now have a full lineup and everything's going amazingly well for Phoenix Fantasy 24. With Debbie being your main focus on the live and within the groups, there is no need for fanatics anymore. I feel a little shoved to the side as you came to me for help with Phoenix Fantasy 23 and I bailed you out. Now I did. They came to me, both of them, they came to me and asked me to step in because someone had let them down. And boom, I did it. I sent out the grand prize to the winner. And I also donated one to the co-host and one to Nick's. I gave them 60 by 80 canvases just as a thank you and for giving me some attention, you know, and I was willingly, that was from me. I gifted them, okay, because you know me, I'm over generous and I can't help it. So to now sponsoring this year, not getting any acknowledgement whatsoever because it's all been Debbie Day, okay? And I love Debbie. We chat privately, we have for a long time. Very close to Debbie, and I love Debbie. It's not personal. It's merely me pointing out that it's Debbie, 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 Debbie. It's never fanatics, okay? Anita brought it up in chat that I had donated vouchers and a canvas for for the main prize. And she said, oh, I mentioned Cindy weeks ago. That's not how you treat sponsors, but okay. I also said that Debbie has the official Phoenix, snubbing anything I do. Anyone with a website these days, quote, think they are big dogs. Etsy is the place to be. You may be generalising all the remarks you make. However, people have feelings and they have every right to take whatever you say however they wish. And I cannot sit there anymore as a moderator listening to you put me down. It's how I feel. I put in brackets, it's how I feel, and that is the key word, is how you are making me feel. Because you're trying to push Debbie and make sales for Debbie. I have been removed as a mod and admin on the Phoenix Fantasy group, and Debbie is placed as an admin. Well, Debbie doesn't do Facebook. Debbie doesn't even run her own group. Her and Laurie chat between themselves, come up with plans, and Laurie is the main person in there, along with Midge, another one of Debbie's friends. She doesn't even run her own group, so why has she been made mod and I've been kicked off as mod in the Phoenix Fantasy group? I love and I respect you, Nix, but I can't continue as a moderator while you don't even endorse me or my company anymore. Apologies. Now, she put on her Facebook group, after I did mine, I might add, but she put on there that she doesn't know why I left. That is why I left. Okay, and we did chat. We had this conversation because she came back at me, and I'm not going to go through all of her response because it's between us. I'm merely pointing out why I left as a mod. But she said, honey, Debbie does not have the official Phoenix anything. Yes, she did Phoenix Rising. She did the Phoenix Rising diamond painting for my event. But that's all she's done. Explain this. And tell me that I'm wrong. This went out everywhere. We all know that she posts everywhere. She copies and pastes it and puts it in her on her Facebook profile, in her Facebook groups, in the chat groups, on Instagram and everything else. Okay, so wrong. And I sat back thinking, what do you mean Debbie doesn't have the official anything? You branded it as the official. Again, snubbing everyone else. She has more than just me as sponsors. None of them get shout outs. It's all about Debbie, and yeah. She asked me to explain what I mean by her general comments. It's a lot, okay? Wow, I am so confused. Why do you feel that there is no need for fanatics anymore? I'm so confused as to why you're thinking like this. Oh my gosh, you have not been shoved to the side, and I have. And if I've made you feel this way, please accept my deepest apologies, because that was not, nor ever has been, my intentions. I accept that. I accept that, and I accept that you go with the flow and you don't always think things through. I think that's fair to say. But for months, you can go back through any of her lives where I have been there. There was one I was watching 5 months ago, and she said to me, hey Cindy, what's new? And I said, well, I don't have anything new. However, I am doing a 20% Black Friday, way back when, not right now, but way back when, Black Friday sale. And she went, oh, excuse me. Yes, there's a sale on my Nix's Notions. And she shut me down rather than let me finish first and say, oh, by the way, so do I, she shut me down mid-sentence and took over about her own store. Now, okay, I jogged her memory. Cool. Wait a minute. Many times before I even met Debbie Day, I would come on and I would show new releases or talk about something that's new, or she would show my store, and then she would say to me, oh, how many colours has that got? And she helped me that way because, you know, I don't always think to say things. And then said, well, Debbie has Snoop Dogg, but that has 132 colours. And she always brought Debbie into the conversation way before I met Debbie. I'm not Debbie. I'm Fanatics, and you ask me to come on and talk about my company, my brand, and yet we get shut down. We get shut down because you're going off on tangents about Nix's Notions or Debbie Day or something else, and we just sit there for hours. And I don't think that's the way you treat people. But however, she said the reason I haven't sent you the links is because you were moving and you were overloaded and overwhelmed. Yes, I was. But she did send me the links, because she sent me the link when I had no Wi-Fi. I was still moving in, and she sent me the link for Saturday night, and I replied, I'm really very sorry, I have no Wi-Fi, I cannot join you. I was not going to use my mobile data for that. So yeah, she did keep sending me the links. So she sent me them every week, other than not last week, but the week before, where she did completely forget and remembered somehow 6 hours in that she hadn't sent me the link, but I'd already left the mod group by then. So that's irrelevant. That doesn't matter. Please explain. You may be generalising all the remarks you make. Now, okay, I will explain that. So you were talking about, and I know why, okay? I know why. What you were doing was saying that websites are incredibly hard work. They take time, they take effort, they are building blocks, and you have to keep adding on. In my case, you have to add on the currency converter or the rewards points that I have on my store. You have to add those onto the website. So you have a blank page and then you add them on. And yes, that will cost you a couple of dollars or pounds, you know, and then that will cost you some more money. And then by the end of the month, you're paying this lump sum. That's business. That's what we have to do as a business. Now, do I 100% agree that Debbie should be on Etsy? Personally, no. She is a diamond painting company, just like Diamond Art Club, Dreamer Designs, me, the one with the diamond art. They're not on Etsy. They are all on web pages. I don't think Debbie, as a diamond painting company, should be on Etsy. That's a personal thing. And I said to her, I don't think you should be over there. If Debbie is happy to be over there, kudos. I will shut my mouth and I will support you any which way you like. That is up to her. So that's what she does, right? Okay, what she was doing was saying that you end up with a blank page and then you have to build up your website. It costs you a lot of money. It's hard to maintain. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're constantly having to add new releases or take things off or adjust prices or add sales, and it's all done through the website. Yes, it is hard work. I agree with that. I didn't argue that. But you can't sit there and tell us anyone with a website thinks that they're a big dog. I don't think I'm a big dog at all. Again, generalising it. And I know that she was doing this because she was excusing why Debbie has now gone to Etsy. Because of all this hard work and everything else, Etsy is easier. I don't know if that's true, because you still have to upload everything. I don't know Etsy. I don't know a damn thing about Etsy. I don't claim to know. But you're putting me down, okay? Again, to promote Debbie. I don't appreciate it. I didn't, and again, I kept my mouth shut, because who am I to sit there and go, well, actually, you know, who am I? Now, the way she always gets around these things is because she will say, it's not personal, it was not aimed at you. It was a general statement. It was just a general statement. This is what I meant by, whatever general statements you make, people are entitled to take what you say and take it personally if they so wish. Yes, you did not say Fanatics, or the one with the diamond art, or Diamond Art Club, or Dreamer Designs. You did not target anyone. I'm not saying you did. It's how I took your statements. And this is what always happens. Linda left because she was offended by the way you spoke to her. And then later on in the live, you said it wasn't aimed at anyone specific, it was a general statement. Again, someone else in your Saturday Night Live took it personally and came to me. What can I say? You're insulting people and hiding it in that it wasn't targeted at anyone specific. It was a general statement. General statements hurt people, and we can take offence or agree with what you're saying equally. That is what I meant by that. I don't know where all that came from. That's completely out of context and all of that. So, yeah, I'm just correcting her on that because it was irrelevant. It came out of nowhere. I was looking in the Phoenix Fantasy group, and you were no longer a moderator. I take full responsibility for that because I was messing around in the group the other day, and I guess I clicked the wrong button. Please note it was not intentional and clearly a mistake. I don't believe that because you removed other people as moderators as well. So I don't buy that for a minute. I didn't mention that at the time because it's irrelevant, and I'm not dragging other people into the situation because this is about me and my feelings and going up against someone who has decided to take matters into their own hands on their own Saturday Night Live, hence I'm doing this now. Yes, you've done a lot to promote me and thanked me endlessly for covering for her on when she took time out on her channel. She asked me to step in and I did it willingly, you know, of course. I said, are you sure you want that? Because people understand that you're away. And she asked me to do it, so I did, and I made time in my schedule, and I said I don't need my butt kissing. I don't need my butt kissing. You don't have to thank me every 5 minutes. It was a pleasure to do it. I love the people in the chat. I was going to name names, but I love the people in Saturday Night Live chat. I love them. But okay, so the last straw for me in the moderator group, and again I have to be specific, in the moderator group, one of the mods posted in there, hey Nix, because she doesn't read chat at all, and it has to keep pinging her on Messenger for her computer to say Facebook message, and then she has to look, and 9 times out of 10 it's a moderator trying to get her attention. They said don't forget to thank Diamond Art Club because we don't want them upset with us for sponsoring the event. Well, the thing with Diamond Art Club is they hand out vouchers to pretty much anyone who asks. They will hand them out, and obviously she's doing it. She's got 5 boxes, and they've given her 5 vouchers, and she spends a hell of a lot at Diamond Art Club, so of course they're gonna be very generous. You normally get 1 or 2, but they hand out vouchers like candy to anyone who approaches them and asks them for sponsorships. But don't forget them. We can't have them upset. And I'm sat there thinking, what the hell are you all playing at? I mentioned Cindy weeks ago. Cindy's supposed to be my friend. She is a sponsor. I was offering $100 in gift cards and a canvas. But it doesn't matter about me. It doesn't matter that I might be upset that we're not equally getting talked about. Plus the other sponsors from other companies, both on here, on YouTube and otherwise. That doesn't matter, but we can't upset Diamond Art Club. That's what I took from that conversation. Again, my personal opinion. So that was the last straw for me. I left after that comment. Because how about looking after your so-called friends and the little companies that have all stepped up to sponsor you? I told her that in the mod chat. The last straw was, oh, don't forget Diamond Art Club. While I'm over here listening to Debbie being the main sponsor. This is not personal to Debbie. Please know that. It just happens to be Debbie that is the main sponsor, that she's pushing so hard. I love Debbie, and I've spoke to Debbie a lot and offered her my tuppence worth on various things. She is an absolute legend. And the same with Erica, right? I told her this. That's what I said. And then she said, well, I can't have 5 people on a Saturday Night Live. Yes, you can, but you don't talk to any of us. So what is the point of me sitting here at 4 o'clock on a Sunday morning when I then stay awake to get my kids ready for school or work or whatever? It took a lot of my time and my energy and a lot of my patience to keep myself from screaming. It is how it felt towards the end. Now then, I went back and I reiterated about the website remarks and how they're hard work and how anyone with a website these days thinks they're a big dog. Now, I've got friends who have websites, right? And some of them are associated, some of them are not, by choice. But when they sat back and decided to build a business, they went straight to websites. They didn't go straight to Etsy. Etsy is not the place to be. She said there's 1,001 websites. There's even more stores on Etsy. I googled it, and there's millions of stores. And to be honest with you, I'm not an Etsy user. However, I did try to find Debbie's store and I couldn't find it. That's just a me thing, I'm pretty sure. But I reiterated that my feelings were hurt that you were trashing websites in favour of Etsy. Now, the only reason she did that was to explain to everyone why Debbie was going to Etsy. Okay? Now, we all know Nick's Notions is on Etsy. We all know this. And she doesn't ship here, but we all know that's where her business has grown and where it started and grown. We all know that it's on Etsy. And I think it's far bigger in America than it is in England. I might be wrong on that, but more Americans use Etsy than I think we do over here. However, and this is what was the final straw for me. Now, all of this is just my thoughts and my feelings. I did not take them anywhere else. I've been sitting on them for months, getting more and more disheartened, more and more tired of sitting there for hours listening to conversation that is irrelevant, shouldn't be aired on YouTube, and all of that. Okay, so in my opinion, the final straw for me, and this is going to be eye-opening, because I have listened to Nyx in her own words while she sat there with a mental health awareness banner behind her, or green screen, whatever you want to call it, telling us that she is the poster child, self-appointed, and I'm taking words from her actual live, self-appointed poster child for mental health awareness. And I was absolutely dumbfounded. I do have a clip that I will play of her Saturday Night Live, and I will come back and I will talk about that afterwards. However, before this happened, before Saturday Night Live happened, I got, oh my God, are you kidding me? Really? Did I lie? This is what you're upset about. So you're going to admit that it takes a great amount of expense, time and effort, but then be offended and take it personally when a general statement is made. In that regard, you were not being singled out, and we all know this from experience. Then she goes on to explain that she was on about the software part of it. Irrelevant, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you were referring to. I took your words and I felt offended. Now, I can be offended at anything. You're probably sat there right now offended that I'm opening my mouth and reading all of this. That's your prerogative. Now, the final straw that broke the camel's back. I'm done. This conversation is over. I don't have time for the petty shit. I've had too much crap going on to have this added to it, because you are butthurt over some dumb shit that you have made up in your head. Wow. When you decide to come back to reality, then we can talk. Have a great day. Bye. Please tell me what I made up in my head, because you backtracked even though I've proved otherwise. Debbie doesn't have the official anything. I did not make that up in my head, because boom, she does. The website spiel that you go on about, it's documented all on your lives, so that I did not make up. Yes, I took it personally when maybe I shouldn't, but that's the idea. When general statements are made, you can make general statements about anything. I'm not even going to go into an example because it can be misconstrued. You can make a general statement about anything. The fact that people take things personally, that's on them. Don't tell me that I've made shit up in my head when I have it backed up. Okay? Now, I'm going harsh here, and I don't mean to. I'm offended. I'm upset. And then you come on your Saturday Night Live and you tell everyone that I chose to leave? Yes. Yes, I did. The mod group. I not once said I will never come on Saturday Night Live again. I will not come in chat. I was quite willing to do those things. You were still my friend up until that point. I would have still come on and hung out with you and Debbie and Erica and Rochelle. I haven't met Rochelle. I would like to have done. She seems like a very nice person. I would like to have done that. I would like to have come on. Maybe not through your Phoenix Fantasy thing, because that is all about your event, and that's cool. Speaking of, well, let's carry on with the messages because it reveals itself. Okay, so I replied Thank you for taking my feelings into account. Yeah, that's what I replied, even though she hasn't heard a single word I've said. Okay, so the next thing I know, the following day. Now, we all know, if you know Nix at all, she often jokes on her lives that she sets alarms because I go live at 3 p.m. her time, and she sets alarms so that she doesn't miss it and she can pop in. I know she's busy. I know she's very, very busy with Nix's Notions and all of that. I know she's extremely busy. I don't expect her to turn up, but she sets alarms. Now, it was Monday. This all happened on Saturday/Sunday. On Monday, I got a message, and you can hear the change of tone. She's now gone weird. Dear Cindy of this makes me laugh. Dear Cindy of Diamond Painting Fanatics, due to you deemed it necessary to remove yourself, are no longer involved in Saturday Night Live and Phoenix Fantasy 2024, I felt it was respectful and morally correct to delete, decline, remove all Diamond Painting Fanatics sponsored items. You and your company, Diamond Painting Fanatics, are no longer liable for any Phoenix Fantasy 2024 event prizes. Thank you for offering to sponsor Phoenix Fantasy 2024, but due to recent events, I feel that I must decline your offer. Do you know what my reply was? All because I no longer wanted a wrench. Fair enough. Sorry you feel the need to dismiss the friendship along with the sponsorships, and I will stay out of your way. I am assuming you'd like me to remove Nick's Notions from the website too. Now, I'm sorry, but I removed myself as a moderator. I didn't find it fitting for me to have a Smurf title because she's not talking about me, she's not grateful for the sponsorships or anything that I offered. She talked over me and pushed the Day's Dream canvas instead of any canvases that I have in my store, including the Phoenix one, which has sold for the event. So I no longer wanted to be mod. At no point did I say I am done with Saturday Night Live. I don't know where that came from, other than she's very offended at my opinions that could have been quashed privately. They could have. If she'd come to me and said, I had no idea you were feeling that way, that you were feeling pushed aside, and I know for a fact that she was on a video call with a friend of mine, and that she said, Cindy hasn't video called me for weeks. And my friend turned around and said, how do you think it looks? She was by your side, she was your co-host, her words, not mine. She was by your side, she was there every Saturday night, then I come along and you stop sending her the link. No, that can't be why she's upset. No, heaven forbid that, again, sidelined because Flavour of the Month has now changed. Now, I took no offence. I know she's very good friends with this person, and all, that's all great. And Saturday Night Live needs a changeover of people. That's what you have guests on for, to show other companies and stuff. And fabulous. You don't need the same people on all the time, especially when you don't talk to them and you just talk over them and they can't get a word in. But hey, you know, then she said, I'm done texting. I'm done texting. If you want to resolve this issue like two adults, video call me. And I'm like, no, I don't think you warrant a video call, because I am butthurt, making up shit in my head, and when I get back to reality, message me. They were 3 things as a mental health advocate you do not say to people, especially someone who battles self-confidence issues, depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, and has morals. You do not say them things to people. Who do you think you are to dictate to me that I am fabricating shit up in my head? You've just wiped out any feelings or validations in one sentence, and I think it's bang out of order, and it's no different to when she came on and said, hey, if you don't want to participate in anything I do, then leave. And then when we all leave, suddenly we're all your friends. Now, you came on Saturday Night Live, and I was curious how you was going to deal with this. Because how can you sit there and say, well, she told me that I pushed Debbie over her? You did. How can you sit there and say she took offence because I was putting down websites over Etsy? Because you did. And I took offence at that. We're both... You can have more than one friend and support more than one friend. You don't crap all over one of them to make the other one stand out. It's not what friends do. It's not what people do. We're all supposed to grow together, and I was done with that. So yeah, she told me to video call her, and I chose not to. I did feel that I had to at one point, but then as my friend pointed out, I don't owe her anything. So I chose not to, because I know that on a video call, I'm going to end up apologising for my behaviour with no accountability or responsibility for her behaviour. Gaslighting. I'm not being a victim to it anymore. And then she didn't say take my stuff down in my store. So I thought, well, okay, we can put this aside and still run the business part of it, because all I have to do is email her the orders, right? But no, she sent me a cease and desist. She could have just said, can you please take down my items, and I would have done. There was no need for posh speak. But yes, my video chats, I'm not angry or upset or anything else. However, texting, it is miscommunications and misunderstandings. True. But for someone who doesn't knee-jerk react, you answered within minutes. And this has just gone 7 ways to Sunday. Now, I left the mod group on my own. I left the mod group. I went to go in and wish everyone the best and to see what canvases you are all working on for Phoenix Fantasy. And I was blocked from said group. Now, on her post on Facebook, she said Cindy left. This brought people to my disclaimer that I am no longer sponsoring Phoenix Fantasy. Not my choice, because it was not. I would have honoured it. I would have sent her the stuff. She told me to not bother. I don't understand this, because it doesn't affect me in any way. It does not affect the host in any way. What she has done has dipped into your prize box and taken out everything. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me. I would have honoured it. I would have stepped up, because I was still supportive. Okay? All of this squabbling backstage, it's personal. Professionally, I would have stepped up and done it. Now, I've made up for it. I am sponsoring a lot more other events and everything else, but hey, she's taken it out of Phoenix Fantasy. Not my choice. Now, I put the disclaimer up there, and of course, everyone wanted to know what was going on. Why was Cindy upset with Nix? Why was Nix upset with Cindy? And it brought the people to both of the threads. And she put on there, I'm confused, I don't know why she left. That's a lie, she did know. By now she knew. She put this post up 2 hours after I released in my group that I am no longer sponsoring Phoenix Fantasy because Nix doesn't want me to. That's all I put, okay? And I wish you the best of luck in the event. And that's all I put. There was no squabbling, there was nothing, no drama, right? She went on and said that Cindy has chosen to leave and whatever else she said. I wish her well. I don't think she does because I make up shit in my head and I'm butthurt and again another lie. All right, I don't think that was genuine. That she wishes me well. But if you, I don't know if it's still the case. I don't know if it's a timeline thing or not. But if you go into the Phoenix Fantasy group and you go through the member list, Cindy Michelle will be in the member list. If I willingly took myself out of everything, I would not be in the member list. Because I left. However, I was blocked. I cannot find the group. I cannot join in with anything. I don't know why she blocked me. I don't understand why she blocked me. Am I going to kick off in the group? Hell to the no. It's not what I do. It's just not what I do. Now, let's watch snippets from Saturday Night Live where she confronts what has happened between us to warrant her taking out the sponsorships.
Very, very rarely do I have anybody that gives me any flack, you know. And the ones that do give me flack don't stick around, you know. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. I just, you can't please everybody is the point that I'm trying to say. So I do my best. I give it my 110%. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. And with respect and grace, and there, and I hate being boss. I hate playing boss. So and there is something that I'm debating on whether to mention or not. But I think that I am going to go ahead and mention this because of the fact that I did post it on my Facebook page. And I know a lot of you guys are wondering what's going on. And this is not a question and answer. I'm just going to make a statement and we're going to continue on. It is with great sadness that, Michelle from Diamond Painting Fanatics, okay, had to step away, and it was her choice. And we love her to death. I still support her. I have no animosity, no ill will towards her or her company or anything. And we miss her very much. And so it's just that we just she was, I guess, busy, with her stuff, because I do know that she was in the middle of a move and a lot going on. So anyway, Michelle is no longer with us. But again, guys, please do not turn this into some kind of drama fest. There is none. Okay. I don't do drama. I'm not gonna. Also, too, last week I lost a close friend because there were some things that was said, a lot of things that's been said over quite a few years. Okay, and just the final straw. So, and there was a lot of things that go on in the background that none of y'all know about. Because I always, smile, and I don't believe in drama, so I don't go around talking about it. Very rarely do you see me say anything. However, I do want to say to Cindy Michelle, sweetheart, I wish you the best with your business. I wish you the best with your new home and everything. And there you go, darling. So anyway, that should, shut up all the, the gossip and the grapevine. What's the old words that they used to, our grandparents used back in the day, so anyway, I just wanted to get that across and, let everybody know about that. You will also know that we've got a couple of moderators that are no longer with us. And that is due to one reason or another. No animosity whatsoever, no anger, no hatred, no nothing. It's just, things come up, and we again, I'm being transparent, I'm being open-ended, and I'm letting that be that. I do not have knee-jerk reactions, y'all know this. I've been playing this cyber game way too long. I think before I make any rash decisions. So with that being said, I am sorry to see that person go, but at the same time, enough's enough. People come and people go. People have busy lives and they have things that they have to do. So anyway, I also want to say a huge, huge thank you to Anita Johnson. Okay, now hear me, guys, when I say this. She is not the referee. Okay, so don't be bombing her with questions. You got questions, you want to know what something's going on, you want to know what things is, come directly to me. Step up to me. My inbox is open. My private message box is open. Okay, my moderators are not the customer service department at the Mall of America. Okay, so don't be bombing them with questions. If you got something to ask, come to me. I'm the horse. Okay, come. The old saying, "Go the horse, not the cart." I'm the horse. Okay, so there is no need for any of my moderators to be having to be explaining things or anything else. So any of you out there, I'm looking you dead in the eye, eyeball to eyeball. I will raise my hat and I will take off my glasses and I will look you dead in the eye. Okay, again, my moderators are not referees. My moderators are not customer service at the Mall of America. If you've got something you need to say, or if you've got a question that you need to ask, I am the horse. I am the one that you come to. My private message is always open, and I will accept every message that is sent to me. Okay? So I hope that I have made myself clear, and now I can put my glasses back on and see you guys. Um, and there we go. Again, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. Okay, and that comes with running a business, and that comes with being here. So there we go. So moving on, I've said what I had to say, and that is all there is going to say to that. And hopefully, I have answered everybody's questions, and y'all will please stop bombing my moderators. Okay, because honestly, it's not their responsibility to answer questions. And that goes for all of them. Okay. It is not their place. It is not their responsibility. Okay. They're not supposed to be answering questions about me in the first place. Y'all want to know something about me? You come ask me. So anyway, guys, I apologize for getting on that soapbox for a couple of minutes. Thank you for giving me that couple of minutes, but um you know we've been pretty lucky. We've gone like a year and a half with no drama and no hoo-ha behind the scenes. But sometimes it rears its ugly little head, and again, I hate being boss, but sometimes I got to. And, so I have to step up and I have to, go, hey, this is the way things are going to be. And sometimes they like them and sometimes they don't.
Uh-huh. Okay, so this is why I wanted to clarify a couple of things, because I chose to leave the mod group. Yes, wholeheartedly agree. I left the mod group willingly, and I was just blocked and sidelined from everything else. It is what it is. Now, she did say a couple of things that I do agree with. Just a couple. One, the moderators, I know, bless Anita, she was getting bombarded. What's going on between these two? And Anita doesn't know. Anita does not know. So I'm sorry, Anita. We did talk privately, and I said, I hope you're not in the middle of this, and I will keep my opinions to myself. I hope that Nix does too. I don't know if she did or not, but it is what it is, and I'm sorry that you were put in the middle and all of that, but there's a way to handle things, and getting up close to the camera and dictating to people, again, the wrong way to do things. Now, I'm not here because I'm in the right, Nix is in the wrong, Nix is in the right, and I'm in the wrong. It's not about that. It's about airing my side of the situation. Now, she went ahead and did hers on Saturday, and she just said that Cindy wanted to walk away, and again, I personally felt insulted because she was like, I wish you well, and blowing me kisses through the camera after being told that I'm butthurt, and it's just, this is how Nix operates, and I shouldn't be doing this. I'm too old. Playground, he said, she said. I'm way too old for it, and obviously I have a company, but I spent the weekend chatting to a lot of people. Some of you came to me just because there's something going on, and what's going on, and all of that. I had other people come to me and said, I'm really sorry that you're going through this right now, because sadly it's just one in many that this has happened to, and it's been eye-opening for sure, but I just want to move on, okay? We've had a disagreement. She didn't handle it in the best way, and rather than read the messages and take a minute and kind of just focus on what I was saying, that I did not want to be a moderator anymore, she took that to, I don't want to be on Saturday Night Live, I don't want to be attending, or I don't want to pop on camera every now and then. I want nothing to do with Saturday night or Phoenix Fantasy At no point did I ever say that. I said I don't want to be a moderator anymore. And then when she threw back the sponsorships, I was like, are you sure? All because I don't want to be a mod anymore. Now, this was all her actions, okay? And then she comes on and says, Cindy's going through too much and she's decided to step away. Not what I said, is it? It's not what I said. However, we're here, okay? It's time to move on. I just wanted my side of this aired, along with my feelings being heard, I guess. And I've had a lot of you come to me and you're disappointed, and I get that. I get that. It's okay that two people don't get along, or one. I don't know what's happened, okay? I don't know what's happened, because for many years I didn't have a voice. I was abused, physically, mentally, sexually abused, from 11 all the way into my 30s. And I was silenced and made to feel worse than nothing. And suddenly, I'm like, that behaviour that you have inflicted on me for months is no longer welcome. And I'm proud of myself, because it's not something I usually do. Normally I just suck it up and not say anything and not cause waves, I don't want to say retaliate. I'm not retaliating. I am merely telling you the whole story. Now you can go away and you can take from it what you will. A couple of people commented on Nix's post that went up after mine. Mine was a disclaimer, that's all it was. It's all I saw it as. And then so many of you came up to me and was like, oh my God, you're standing up to her. And I was like, I'm not standing up to her. I'm just saying that she didn't want my sponsorships. And I didn't want anyone to believe that I am so petty that I can't have a petty squabble between friends. And I'm going to be, well, I don't like you right now, I'm going to take my sponsorships away. That's not what happened. I was willing to put that squabble aside and deal with the sponsorships or whatever. The selling trays in the UK, I was quite willing to do all of that even now. I'm not that petty. And it's just sad. It is just really sad that it's come to this. And I think it is really sad. But, you know, it is what it is. And I've had several conversations with several people that have reached out to me. And you know who you are, okay? You all know who you are. And I appreciate you. And I thank you for helping me through this transition, because it meant a lot, and I hope to continue them friendships and blossom them friendships with those people that have reached out to me. And there's no reason why we can't all work in unison. Whether we're two dime painting companies, we can work in unison. You don't have to tread over people to make yourself better. You don't have to dictate terms for people to fall in line. There's a way to do things, in my opinion. And I'm not the loudest voice in the room, but when I speak, it matters. And I've got my voice back, and I'm not afraid to use it. I've had many issues with several people since I've been on YouTube, and Nix is quite right. Things go on behind the scenes, whether you are on YouTube, whether you've got a business. Things go on behind the scenes, but they have been dealt with. I no longer speak to some people, and that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. You don't need to air things or talk to people like utter crap because you disagree with someone's thoughts and feelings. Now, whenever I've had a disagreement, I haven't gone and called them names or called them out on their behaviour. That is how they feel. They are validated to feel angry at me or upset with me or puzzled as to why I came to them with an issue. Yeah, there's been a couple of disagreements along the way. Some make me sad. Some do make me sad. I think I personally have overreacted sometimes and not always known the best way to kind of go back and say, look, it's not that big of an issue. Do you know what I mean? But this, not only how Nick spoke to me personally and told me to when I get back to reality. Well, newsflash, I quite like it in my own reality, and I'm staying here. And I won't be reaching out because I can't tolerate being gaslit anymore or made to feel that I overstepped the mark when all I did was defend myself on things that I believe I'm validated on. And to have someone tell me that, well, you've blown that out of proportion, that's gaslighting. That's not what I meant. Gaslighting. Because it's not about what you meant, it's how I took it. And that is where the problem is. Okay, so, yeah. Anyway, I'm done here. Okay, now you have the full story. It's not even Cindy's version of the story, it's what it is. I appreciate everyone who has reached out to me. It's been a manic weekend. I have been on video calls with people and audio calls with people and meeting new people, and I appreciate the support, along with when I put what I call the disclaimer up. It wasn't my choice to take the sponsorships away. It was not. I personally chose to step away from being a moderator, and I needed some time to reevaluate things, and I wasn't happy with the way things were being handled or said or anything. You know, I was just stepping out of that to reevaluate the situation, and then I got told I'm butthurt, and I was like, okay then. Thank you for taking my feelings into consideration, because they weren't, which is why I said it. But there you go. You have the story. You have the full story. I dare say on Saturday Night Live I'll get eaten alive again. I don't wish to know. I will not be watching, and I really am past caring. Words can't hurt me anymore. Okay, I will. This is the last of it. If she wants to come on Saturday on her live and eat me alive, cool beans. Cool beans. I did not leave Phoenix Fantasy. I did not leave Saturday Night Live by choice. I was evicted. I still don't understand why, but that was her choice. And good luck. Good luck with that. Yeah, there you go, guys. There you go. I just realised, like, there's a doggy. There's a doggy here and there's a doggy here. Half the plastic's here, but there's a doggy and a doggy. I finally get to do the doggies on my Dogs in the Library canvas. 100 by 75. So it's going to take me a while. But I shall see you on Monday Night Live if you wish to join in. Again, If you have questions, I will answer them, I guess, but this is where this ends. My Monday Night Live, we will be doing the mental health matters event and picking some winners as always, and doing the usual banter and chit chat and mental health talks. I will have guests on. I need to get back to a couple of you. I'm sorry, I have been dealing with this, so I had to take time out to weigh up the pros and cons of even doing this video. But yeah, I'm going to go because it's 2:30 in the morning. What can I say? What can I say? Please, please, for your own self, do not tolerate any behaviour that makes you feel less than you are worth. Now, I'm not the bee's knees. I am no one special, not by a long way, but I deserve to be spoken to equally. I did not come at you with attitude. You did not need to come at me with attitude and tell me I'm fabricating shit up in my head, because I did not fabricate anything. I tried to explain to you, you know, and that was it. Do not put up with any behaviour that makes you feel less than you are, because you are all very special human beings, and please know that. And no matter what business you're in, no matter if you're a YouTuber or not, no matter what, you don't deserve disrespect from anybody. I'm not aiming this at anyone in significance now, but anybody, you know. I'm done here. I'm done. I'm very sad. I'm very sad that it's had to come to this, because I don't enjoy it. I don't like it, and I don't want to have to air my dirty laundry in public. But I won't take responsibility for leaving Phoenix Fantasy and leaving Saturday Night Live when I did not. I was evicted. End of. Okay, so I needed my side and my perception of the situation. Is it all petty? Absolutely. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it's petty. I was unhappy with the way that I was handled on the lives, how I was talked over, and I'd had enough, and I tried to have a conversation about it, and it did not go well. It's the end result of that. But there you go. That's all it is. It is petty, stupid things that I was upset about, and I've come away with friends and supporters nonetheless. But there you go. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. And if you'd like to leave your thoughts and comments down below, feel free to do so. If you want to inbox me, my inbox is open, or my Instagram. And thank you to I know some of you prefer Instagram to Facebook, but I've grown up on Facebook and I'm not very good at Instagram. And I didn't know you could audio call or video call on Instagram. So thank you for that education. You know who you are, and thank you. But you can all reach out to me. I just don't like airing my dirty laundry in public, and I avoid it where I can. I've had many disagreements over the years that I've been on. 4 years now. I'm in my 4th year on YouTube. I've had disagreements with YouTubers and people and customers, and I've never had to air it. Never had to air it, because we've all been responsible and owned it, and gone our separate ways and just separated. But yeah, here I am, and rolling in the mud, and I don't like rolling in the mud. I don't. I'm off. I need a cup of tea. I think I've earned one. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love and support. And yeah, make of it what you will. Okay? I love you guys, and thank you for everything. Love, hugs and sparkles to you all. I'm going to finish little doggy, see if I can get them done for Monday, and I'll see you Monday Night Live. Yeah, and we can hang out, okay? We can hang out and have a laugh. Bye.